everybody, it's Katie. I thought today I would just do a fun video. This is the ABC baby names tag. I think it's been a couple of years since I did a baby names video. I believe I've done 2 previously, and it's amazing how your tastes change over time. So I will link to those 2 videos, but I make no claims to liking any of those names anymore, although I think there are some repeats. I think this tag may have been created by Anastasia Ruby, who is my favorite baby name guru. I'll link to her channel. If I don't have that right, sorry, I'm giving you credit anyway. I have been a baby name enthusiast since I was a kid, so I just like doing these videos. Hopefully some of you guys do too. If you don't share my taste, that's totally cool. So the idea is that you pick a girl and boy name for each letter of the alphabet. Some of these letters were super hard. But I forced myself to choose at least one. Some of the letters I really love, and so it was really hard to pick, so I have a tie maybe 2 or 3 ways on some of them. Sorry. Coming up with these names, I created also a list of like my guilty pleasure names, things I would never ever use, but that I really love. So I may do a separate video sometime in the future with all of my guilty pleasure names. I think that'd be fun too. So anyway, this will just be my girl list, and I'll do a separate video with the boy list because I know sometimes if you're just looking for one, you don't want to necessarily have to listen to everything. So here we go. My A name is Aurelia. I knew an Aurelia in Alaska and she was a lovely person. B is Bonnie. I really don't like any B names, and I just think Bonnie is kind of cute and not used that much. C, I love the names Coral and Karina, like Karina spelled this way from the Bob Dylan song. For D, I have Darcy. Again, I don't have a lot of D names that I really like. Darcy is uncommon and kind of spunky. For E, I actually love a lot of E names. They're super popular right now. I really like Eve. Mike likes Eva. Both of these have been under consideration for our kids. For F, I love the name Francis. We can't use it for various reasons, but I just love it. I also really love Flora, so that's a tie. For G, it was hard, but I picked Gia. Kind of reminds me of the old Angelina Jolie movie, which isn't a terrific association, but it's kind of pretty. For H, I love Hope. I is one of my favorite letters. I love Iris and also Ivy, but Mike does not. My girl name starting with J is Jane. I think K is my least favorite letter for names, even though that's what my name starts with. For this game, I picked Kasha. This is actually a family name. It's spelled a little bit differently. It's a surname in my family in Slovak, and I don't know, I think it sounds nice. For L, we like Lucy and Lorelai. I have a lot of names that begin with M that I love, but my top favorites are Mila and Mira. I was surprised that I actually did like a lot of N names as well, but for this game I'm going to pick Noelle, spelled this way. My O name for a girl is one of my all-time favorite names. It's a little bit of a guilty pleasure, but I think it would still be usable for us, and that is Odessa. For P, I have Paige. Q is super hard. I don't really like much. I picked Quintana. R, this is sort of a guilty pleasure as well, but I just think it's super cool. It's Rocio. As you might know, we live in an area where there is a great majority of Spanish speakers, and I work in a job where I'm exposed to lots of names, and whenever Rocio comes up, I just get so excited. S is another favorite. I love Simone, I love Sylvia, and there was a girl I went to high school with whose name was Senna, spelled like this, and I just think that's beautiful. My T name is probably the first name that I really loved, and just when I started kind of keeping a mental list of baby names that I liked when I was around, I don't know, 10 or 11, I heard it in a book, and it's Tovah. For you, I have no idea why this popped into my head, but my first thought was the town of Ukiah, which is in Northern California. Again, I have no idea where I got it from. I just think it sounds kind of nice and a lot better than a lot of other U names. For V, I picked Vivian. That's another favorite. For W, I like Winter. For X, this is another all-time favorite name that I could never pull off, but it's Xochitl. If you've never heard Xochitl before, isn't it awesome? Again, where we live, it's actually fairly common. It's an Aztec name. My Y girl name is a little quirky. It's Yalda. And Z is Zora. If you've never made a baby name video before, I tag you to do this one, and I will link to my boy list. That'll be a separate video right now.